Hey class, welcome to vlog 4. Let's get into it. What does justice mean to me? Delivering or standing up someone from an injustice or not being treated equally. That's basically what it means to me. Do I understand the difference between justice and mission? Yeah, justice is deliverance from a physical thing, physical injustice. Mission is in the spiritual, and delivering someone can be from the physical, but in the end from the spiritual prison. But they can't. The two jobs can go together. What does this look like in my life? Well, when I was in China, sadly, Chinese are pretty racist, especially towards black people, and also to those who look Chinese and do not speak Chinese. So if they don't understand Chinese, if they go to China for especially for those of the other races, go to China for American degrees, they don't understand what someone is saying to them in public. I tend to stand up for them and say that's not okay, and I can get really angry over that, and I need to forgive, because that's the culture that has cultivated that in their hearts in ignorance. Like, they don't even understand why Africans can speak French or English. They don't understand world history, and that's honestly very, very sad. Others are innocent and sweet in their ignorance, but others are very judgmental and try to marginalize them, which is very sad. And that could specifically be seen during COVID time. And all we could do is pray and do our best to stand up. Unique mission in life. What has God called me to do? I believe God has called me to be a TESOL elementary teacher. So TESOL is teaching, an acronym is those who teaching second language learners. I want to get a master's in that, or certificate in TESOL and elementary education, and I plan. And with that, God can take me internationally, or honestly could stay in America, because nations are coming here. And whatever I do, as long as it's a mission for the Lord, I am happy. When did I discover this? 2018 and 19. Our Chinese friends had Bushiban, a cram school, and one of their classes they taught was English. And my mom became an English teacher, and then I was her assistant, and then I was offered a class of my own, and I took it, and I had 10 girls that I taught English to, and it just filled my soul. It gave me passion, and it was really wonderful, because during the holidays is when people are interested in American culture. So so Christmas time and Easter, I could slip in a little bit of the gospel in there, which is really amazing. Injustice does distract me. Sometimes you just need to pray through it, and sometimes you need to fight, and it's hard to. I know I haven't experienced or confronted as much as some people have, and I know I will see it in the future, and I need to know if I need to pray through it or confront it by the law. And so we'll see how that goes. Get back on track by praying. I do get distracted in general because of social media and stuff, so I need to own that and practice discipline. Have I ever been a stumbling block? Yeah, I believe so. I believe I've said quite a few things I shouldn't have, because I'm an oral processor and extrovert. So yeah, I need to grow in that, in self-control and control of the tongue, and just ask for forgiveness and hope that relationships can be mended and move on. I have encouraged people and told, whether it's saying that they're beautiful even though they don't believe they are, or because they didn't grow up in a certain social circle, and just trying to invite them in and welcome them into the family of God. I really appreciated how Leach talk about it is so important to not belittle your mission by winning an argument. It is so, I find myself, and I think it might be women or just competitive people who try to rub it in other people's faces, which isn't the best. But that is what I find, and it's so important to not belittle the mission of God for being right. And sometimes you need to put your personal pride down and just believe in God, follow God and obey Him, and be humble. And oftentimes I think women, we ourselves, we limit ourselves. Even if society does not try to limit us. I was talking to a friend today over lunch, and she said that she is just about to start working with middle school ministries, and she said she never thought she could do that before because she believed only older people could do it because that's what was necessary. They had the maturity. So those who are married with children in their 30s and up. And she said slowly God has revealed to her, and that's not the case. She needs to follow God and needs to mentor the next generation, which is very important. So important to never stop dreaming. God, sometimes we don't dream because we're afraid of the future and don't want to be let down. But there was a study done, and they had a group of people, and it was a sleep test. Whenever these people went into a REM sleep cycle, which is where they went into dreams, they would wake them up, and after a couple weeks, as soon as they sleep, they would instantly go into a dream because their body thirsted and yearned for dreams. And we need to dream. God created us that way. And never forget, I personally didn't dream for like 2 years ago. I stopped dreaming. I didn't really have faith, and then like at the middle of last term or the end of last term, God freed my soul. And in a class activity was what do you want your life to be? What do you think your life will be in 10 years? And once I thought about it, and it just really encouraged me. I also thought it was kind of funny that they did the sermon with the big belly. that she talked about how people get distracted, and it's just a funny part. And sometimes spiritual warfare can be there in being distracted when hearing the gospel. I loved what we studied today. I still don't think women should be head pastors. If they are, maybe head co-pastors, because only men can teach men to be godly men, and only women can teach women to be godly women. She's right. When women lead, women are on fire for God. However, men are, like in a family, men, women can't teach boys how to be men. Only men can. Women can teach girls how to be godly women, except the father has to tell his daughter who she is for her to believe it. So, with these responsibilities, I think that kind of also goes into the church and the leadership function there. And with that, men are on the front line and the responsibility. And Paul says, not everyone should become a teacher because they have the highest responsibility. Pastors are also responsible for excommunicating people who don't follow God, which is really hard. And let me know what you think. I'm really open to discussion about this. Women in the church, I really loved the Amy Carmichael Gladys Aylwards, and the lady who went to Africa with red hair. That like Gladys Aylward, she was a cultural misfit in her country, and her looks, with her looks, and her looks went exactly, but the looks that God gave her made her fit into the Chinese culture. And with the lady who went to Africa, her looks were so starkly different, but it was part of what gave the people respect for her and looking different, and her personality, which was really a misfit in her culture, in Scotland, just made her even more endearing to the African people. Anyways, congratulations, my friends and classmates. You have made it to the end of week 8 and week 16. God be with you in your summer, whether you do summer school, work, recuperate from this last term. God go with you and encourage you.